Okay, we are back now and we are live, and it is July 24th. This is our 5 p.m. New Economy, Masters of the New Economy Mastermind group. And we're going to be talking about some really exciting stuff, including the Mega Mixer by my own Lafayette Chamber of Commerce. And I'm really excited about this. And I'll tell you why I'm so excited. Now, even though you're not here with me, I get that I'm down here in, the Bay Area, but this is such a perfect demonstration presentation for me to really be able to show and tell the potential of the digital version of this that I am creating so that other people can create it too. And so that we are together actually can create our own digital mega mixer, even if our chambers are, instead of 9 chambers all around each other, like this one, excuse me, I got to just cough here real quick. Since we're digital with Zoom, we can have the equivalent of this mega mixer using 9, 10, 12 different chambers from different parts of the country who are, when people are doing global business, they don't all have to be together, and there doesn't even have to be an event. So this can be ongoing mega networking with multiple chambers. And the cool thing about this is this one has food, it has drinks, it has, so if there's, I think there's a total of 8 chambers. So let's say each one had 20, 30, 40, 50 people. Well, all of a sudden you have hundreds of people showing up. Unlike that little meetup I was telling you about this morning, I went to, the 3 same people over and over and over. All of a sudden, with chambers, they're doing the legwork. They're putting it on. They're inviting restaurants with food and booze and entertainment and fun. And to be able to tap into that, go to your local chamber, network, collect cards, and this is where you start to get traction. You meet people face to face. So then you introduce your irresistible digital offer. And one of the things that we want to do is we want to start to interview people about their own testimonials, about their own local chamber. I'm a total fan, huge fan of my own local chamber. I love the executive director, the people in it. I mean, it's just, it's an amazing group of people. And they put on some really great events to help the community. So all of a sudden, to have multiple opportunities like this of doing this on a digital level to create meetups. So then the two, and I think a real simple example that may be the most clear thing for people to understand is I posted this meetup, this mega mixer. I posted it on my meetup groups. So I said, come, network, meet us, come to our Chamber of Commerce. There's food, there's drinks. So posting it on Meetup. Now what I'm doing, I'm using Meetup as a member of my chamber to bring more members into my Lafayette local Chamber of Commerce. But I'm also using it to create a digital version. So we have Meetup as one component. We have this existing Meetup that I don't have to pay for. I don't have to put on. I didn't have to organize. I just am a member of this chamber, but I get to promote it on Meetup because it's helping them. And they said, I asked now, is this free to the public? And they said, yeah, as long as they come to the Lafayette Chamber table at this mega mixer and register as your guest, then it's free to them. So I got to post that. I get the full benefit of that for my networking, my outreach to meet people. And I really want to help my local chamber to grow, like John Kennedy, you know, ask not what your chamber can do for you, ask what you can do for your chamber. So this is one component. And it's really, I think, a very kind of clear way. See, all these restaurants, they're bringing food, you know, and so if I'm smart, I'm going to leverage all of these great assets to help both the chamber and myself. So ideally, what you want is like a win-win-win-win situation. So the chamber wins, I win, new people win, and my community wins, you know, so everybody wins. I mean, you know, I don't think it gets too much better than that when, you know, you got a marketing that really just is helping everybody. So, okay, so that's part of that. And then, now this is a video interview I did with Jay Lifson, and I want to share this with everybody to kind of show again how when there's a collaboration with your local chamber, and I've got several videos that I want to show you today. I think I might have shared this one, but it's short. But I think it'll summarize it well and maybe make it a little more clear as I'm getting closer to it. So let's listen to what Jay Lifson has to say about this mega chamber mixer, because this is my local chamber guy, my friend, and I got to interview him about it. So here it is. We'll share this right now. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the New Economy Chamber of Commerce, your small business advocates for all aspects of the new economy. You'll find us online at theneweconomychamber.com. We exist because the new economy has changed everything and all aspects of our economy, from small business marketing and selling to how people and businesses buy things to the way we live our lives in the new digital age. So a new digital economy needs a new digital chamber of commerce to help small businesses transition from wherever they are to wherever they want to be. Our transition team is here to help all businesses, but especially those who may be struggling to get new clients or customers and don't understand where to turn in this new digital economy. We believe in the fusion of the proven with the new and even the experimental new ways of networking, marketing, and selling. We've done the research to know unequivocally, if you don't make the transition to the new economy right now, you'll soon face setbacks or even obsolescence. So let's start with the proven. That's your local chamber of commerce. I interviewed Jay Lifson, the executive director of my own local chamber of commerce in Lafayette, California. And at first, we talked about the most current opportunity for local person-to-person networking and the upcoming Mega Mixer networking event. So listen to Jay Lifson, and he'll talk about the new economy. Jay, you have a Mega Mixer coming up. So tell me about that. First, describe what a mixer is, because it's a little bit different word that I guess it's used pretty universally among chambers.
Yeah, after hours, get together. Yeah.
And then now you've got a mega mixer. So you put on mixers, and now you've got a group of chambers. So how many chambers are coming? How many people do you expect? And help me understand.
So I think we have 7 or 8 chambers coming. We've been doing this with our neighbors. So we have Walnut Creek, Pleasant Hill, Martinez, Concord, Orinda, Moraga, Lafayette, and the Hispanic Chamber. So I think it's 7 or 8 chambers. We've been doing this for a number of years. We started it here in Lafayette. We firmed out the last couple, and we're back in Lafayette again this year. We'll be at the Veterans Memorial Building and Event Center, and that'll be on Wednesday. That's next Wednesday, the 25th of July, and it will run from 5:30 to 7:30. Each of the chambers will be bringing a restaurant from their community, and we'll do a little fundraising for some of the programs that are important to our veterans at the same time. But it's always a good time.
And it's always a good time to join your local chamber of commerce wherever you are in the country in order to create the powerful fusion of person-to-person networking, the proven, to launch your much needed change to digital networking as a powerful 1-2 punch of networking, marketing, and selling all rolled into one. You can learn more about our upcoming Mega Chamber Boot Camp to learn all aspects of adding digital networking to your local chamber networking to increase your odds of achieving and maximizing your success in the new economy and with your local hometown Chamber of Commerce. I'm Mike Hayes for the New Economy Chamber of Commerce.
Okay,
your
well,
small business advocates for all aspects of the new digital economy, and you'll find us at theneweconomychamber.com. Thanks for joining me.
Sorry, I can hear the video. It's still going. I think it just stopped.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Well, I got to find out from Zoom. That never happened before, but for some reason, I couldn't hear it.
Oh, huh.
Yeah, that was weird. Okay.
There's got to be something.
Yeah, joys of technology. You got to kind of laugh it off sometimes. But anyway, okay, so that was part of it. Now, okay, so this is the next thing I want to show you. And this is the boot camp, and this is the thing I'm giving you guys. Now, oh, good. Okay. Now, the other thing, and this is kind of new, this is actually from my mastermind group leader. He kind of suggested that I add this part to the New Economy Chamber. And I don't think this is insignificant. I hadn't really kind of tackled it, but it's his suggestion, and he really knows what he's doing. So, but what it is, he thought I should broaden the market by also, among other things, talking about the job market. And here's why. Now, he actually created the slide for me, but right now, over 53,000 Americans are doing freelance work. That's one thing. That's over 34% of the U.S. workforce. That's a big deal. Forbes estimates that this will increase to over 50% before 2020, right around the corner. What does this mean? Full-time jobs are becoming rarer, harder to get, and harder to keep, or what he called the 9-to-5 apocalypse. So big changes, okay? And for you and me, people like us, consulting jobs are becoming more popular and easier to get. So I think that does make sense from that standpoint, that is part of the new economy. It's not just about, being an entrepreneur, but also about just earning an income. So this is part of the boot camp. And one of the things I want to do too, and I'd like to give you the tour of this, is because this not only explains it, and even though you're getting it as part of this program, pro bono, if you will, or free, whatever you want to call it, but it also has, it's I think, a very exciting offer, and it has an affiliate program to it too. So that what I'm doing is I'm hosting this on Meetup, but I'm also doing a digital version. I want to have multiple chambers all come together online, maybe on an ongoing basis, different cities, different states, and have this mega audience building boot camp for small businesses, professionals, entrepreneurs, and anybody who wants to grow their business in the new economy. So like I say, it'll start on August 7th. So I'm kind of getting everything ready for the launch on August 7th. Then it'll be 4 weeks, every Tuesday at 9 a.m. And then on the fifth week, it will, I'm going to do a recording of their personal branding for the new economy that they've really, been able to develop during this boot camp. Now, it also talks about the videos below, and this is a key part, I think, too. This is very, very important, and I'll get to those videos here in a second. But so here it is. This is the kind of a little term I came up with: New Economy Chamber Cash Boot Camp. Turn local in-person networking, like I'm going tomorrow in person, into mega marketing with our Chamber Cash Boot Camp. Here it is. C, collaborations and credibility come from chamber membership. Growing your audience with authority, capturing your personal branding so that you are an authority. And then peer mentoring about what's the best way to go for savings and peer-to-peer support. And then H for help and heroes of the new economy. So these are sometimes heroes can be both current gurus, but also new heroes that are coming out of the new economy, because of the feedback and the strategies of the gurus, but also the new opportunities that are available in the new economy. But I'm bringing them all together, 1+ live, so the transition from wherever you are to wherever you need or want to be in the new economy. And like I say, this is not every chamber mixer is a multi-chamber mixer, but every new economy online mastermind will be a multi-chamber event. That's the plan. So gain the best of live in person, maximizing local networking groups and chamber mixers with live online webinars, mastermind groups, digital ports, and books, and then recordings. So, it is self-paced learning. So these are all part of the new economy and bringing the best of everything together in combination. So the best of chamber networking and the great growth opportunity. So part 1 is going to be live in-person mixing to really understand the power and scope of what chamber networking is all about. And some of the videos that I'm going to show you down at the bottom of the site, which is, by the way, right here, theneweconomychamber.com/bootcamp. So if you want to come back and review this or think a friend might be a good fit for this or whatever. So then we have the recordings, and here's some of the things that I want people to really learn and be able to gain. Gain an in-person audience and or ready-made audience to reach with your digital networking content. Not like this morning, just 2 to 3 people doing the same thing over and over. The changing role of local chambers. Now, chambers have been around helping, nurturing, teaching, and training small business owners literally for hundreds of years. And we want to, help them come together, reemerge in the new economy, and become even more effective. So they are transitioning to the new economy because, like anybody else, they have to do it to avoid setbacks or even obsolescence. Number 4, get digital traction, not just all or nothing digital stuff out in space with no person-to-person connection, and getting higher attendance at chamber mixers. It's why most people belong to chambers, is to meet people and network and connect, and hopefully they want to get new business out of it. So a lot of people don't realize that local chambers enjoy the support, leverage, and often funding from their own city. So this is where your taxes are going. And these resources are available to you. So like the Lafayette Chamber, membership's only $200 because it is supported by the city. So there's all of these resources, all of the legwork they're already doing to bring people together, and people don't even know about them. So they've got the staffs. They're doing a lot of local mixers. A lot of times it's just with their chamber. But there, and then like with a meetup, if you're running a meetup group, that's great, but it's your meetup group. So if you drop out for a month, the meetup group kind of goes dormant. But if you are doing chamber mixer networking and you take off, for a month or something, the chamber keeps it going for you. It's still there. So you still get to tap into that audience, and then just follow, as long as you have digital follow-up, so you're not just making the same pitch over and over to the same people. And this is how you become, using a digital branding audio. Let's say this was a recorded audio and somebody was looking at this website. So let's say I'm giving them tips on something. I'm using the fact that I'm giving them tips right now to keep their eyes where I want them to be on this list of benefits, or on the reasons, local real estate agents should, hire you and use your course for their career. So these are ways to, get what are called wolf packs, collaborations, and how you get more Google traffic and ranking. And so these are the things we're going to talk about. Why local chambers are motivated to help fill up your workshops. Like Jay says, and I'll show you these videos where he talks about this. He wants to bring in experts. Anything he thinks is of interest to his local chamber of, he'll promote it. Let's say you were down here. He would say, hey, we got a great, real estate coaching conference in the local chamber. Bring your lunch, come in, meet Melody Chambers, and they put it out. They promote it. They do the emailers for you because you're helping bring value to their customers. So, and, in chambers, you often get the creme de la creme. You get highly connected people. They're high connectors, and they know a lot of other well-connected people. So the other thing is the new platforms are designed to save money and lower costs of marketing, create really they're actually providing, you used to have to kind of build your own sales funnels. Well, now a lot of these platforms are essentially sales funnels. They're like pre-constructed sales funnels. So, how to understand that. And that's part of the teaching and the coaching. And, working with local chambers as an ambassador or even an affiliate. These are all things that are possible. And what I teach is what I do. That's the most important thing, in that peer-to-peer review and mentoring about the best ways to do it, who likes what, etc. So week one, here's the weeks. The new economy changed everything, kind of pointing out that, it's now you can harness the vital power of mastermind group and networking in the new economy to avoid mistakes, and how this is all launched. So that's kind of what we'll do, is we'll set the stage there. And then week two is about things like LinkedIn and Facebook and Meetup and Google ranking, and how it's even changed local Chamber of Commerce networking. And then we'll talk about some of the proven mastermind strategies. But now each week we'll give homework to help people kind of get ready about how they want to find themselves, kind of design it, create it, and share it, their personal branding that's designed to really make them an authority and positioned as an authority in the topic on that subject. So the whole thing, and even the audio recording at the end, has a satisfaction guarantee, 100% money back, and it's $497, but right now I'm offering with a $200 coupon. It's a $1,500 value. The mastermind that Omar and I are in is a $6,000 value, and the members are getting so much out of it that they love it, and they think it's just absolutely great. So that's kind of what I think the value that I want to build this into being. But I also know that, chambers are going through a lot. And so I want to be able to get everybody to feel not just like a student, but like an observer and a reporter. So if you see that you're struggling with your local chamber, it may be them. I've seen chambers that aren't very cooperative, or aren't very, maybe they're not that savvy, or maybe, like Jay thinks, some are just lazy. I don't know what the answer is, but for whatever reason, there's good ones. And so even if you belong to one, we want to be able to teach you how to use this recording, like the Lafayette Chamber. If you go on Lafayette Chamber, the membership site, let's see, I think it's here. Yeah, members. Loading. And here they are. Every one of them. Exactly who they are, what they do, contact name, phone, email. 640 of them. All So if you were in the Walnut Creek Chamber, it's so easy to take a little digital or book or, some top key things and say, hey, I'm in the Walnut Creek Chamber, Travis, and I saw that you're a member of the Lafayette Chamber, so I'm sending you this. And here's a little trick too that I'm going to be teaching, is that you give them a call after you send it. You send Travis your video or audio book, then you give them a call, 382-5415. Hey, Travis, this is my case. I just am calling to tell you that I sent you an email with the top 3 things you need to know about, dream big construction or being a contractor. And I just didn't want it to go to your spam folder. I know we're not connected yet by email, so I just didn't want you to miss it. So I'll follow up with you, check that out, and then give me a call. But I'd love to talk to you. That's how easy it is. Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes sense.
So this is a way to expand your chamber networking, and really by tapping into really turning it all into a mega chamber. So let's see now, where was I? Okay, let me get back over here. And so, yeah, then here's a number of videos. So what I did is I took the interview that I did with Jay, and I broke it down into the various reasons. Here's another reason. Every one of these reasons on this, these are just like, this one's 4 minutes and 52 seconds, this video. Everyone is just another reason of why this boot camp is so important. So this is all right here. You can come back here, watch it at your leisure, the neweconomychamber.com/bootcamp, and look at any of these, because every one of these is a lesson, not from me, but from a veteran Chamber of Commerce, and he's been at this for a long time. Oh, I know. 2 things that kind of clicked in my mind. One is that Jay's background was the hospitality industry. So he ran very, very big and very successful restaurants, okay? Then I realized, since WeWork, the $20 billion real estate company, who has grown so big and so fast by creating shared workspace, they view themselves as being in the hospitality industry too. So when you go to a WeWork shared workspace, it's like you're walking into a hotel. Mr. Hayes, how are you today? And da-da-da. And there's so many similarities. And I started thinking, that might be really a key to today's successful communication, is to think of yourself as being in the hospitality industry, and that you are hosting your clients, digitally, and you are serving them like a concierge, or you've got good advice or good tips. That's just a thought, but it's something that I realized that, I've seen quite a bit of, and some of the most successful companies kind of had that attitude. And I imagine it's a little bit like the tours that you give. I'm sure you probably feel like you're their host. And so I think that suits things very well. So I wanted to kind of share this and give you a little overview about how I'm really, really promoting, for everybody's benefit, the fusion or the marriage of the best of all worlds, of both chamber networking, which alone is a huge value, digital chamber networking, but those two together, it's like the strength of one offsets the inherent weakness of the other. The weakness of this offsets the inherent weakness of this. So when you put them together, you're really eliminating the weakness and creating, the fusion, the exponential growth. So I think that's very, very powerful. And right after this occurs, I'm going to be doing a lot of outreach, because I've got a whole group, a whole team that's coming here. We're going to get great pictures and videos and all kinds of wonderful stuff that'll really help us to tell the story, and really testimonials as well. for us and for the local chambers. Okay. So now, as promised, let's go to one of the top gurus. We'll listen to Evan Pagan. And I found it really cool that, my email is mike@bigideasexpress.com. And that's one of the things that Evan Pagan talks about here is how to take your big idea and turn it into a digital product. So I think this would be good for you, because I think that one of the ways that you can create that little teeny program, it doesn't have to be a big program, that is that one that they just cannot refuse. And the price they're paying is turning over their ears to you so that you can really be in their ears and in their head and get to them with your message, so that you're not just kind of doing it like a ricochet or off the cuff or, here or there, or get it in when you can, but you really get them to even buy, like, Evan's selling a little dollar package just to make that little purchase so that you get a chance to really tell them your story. Because you get a great story, but like I say, if you're selling a cure to cancer, nobody knows about you. So you got to be able to get in their eyes and their ears. So, all right. So shall we jump in here to Evan Pagan, or do you have any questions for me first before we do?
No questions. Let's jump in.
Okay. Here's Evan. You can hear this okay? I'm going to pause.
Welcome to our second video. This video is called How to Turn
Yes, I can hear it.
Okay, great.
Your idea into a digital product. In this series of videos, we're learning how I and others are taking our knowledge, our life stories, and our passions and turning them into digital teaching products that we can sell online for high prices. In our first video, we learned how to identify your big idea, the idea you can use to quickly create a best-selling digital product. Now, if you haven't watched that first video yet, make sure you watch it now and then come back and watch this video, because you'll get a lot more value from it once you learn how to identify your big idea. Now, in this video, we're going to learn how to take our idea and actually turn it into a teaching program, or what I call a digital product, using formulas that are so simple that basically anyone can do it. By the end of this video, you're going to see how to organize your information, your knowledge, your story into a real, honest-to-goodness, actual product that you can then offer online. In fact, I'm going to share with you 3 of my different proven formulas for creating digital products with examples that I've used successfully to build my online business. But let's ask a question first. Why would you want to put your knowledge into a digital product? In addition to helping people around the world and getting paid very well to do it, the reason I like creating digital teaching programs, ebooks, and other types of digital products is the way it has changed the way that I live and what I can do with my life. I now work the hours that I want to work. I work when I'm feeling most creative. I travel when I want. I take time off, and I run my whole business right from the comfort of my computer. And one thing I've learned after teaching a lot of people how to take what they know and their own stories and turn them into digital products that they can sell in their online business is that we're each trying to do more here than just build a business and make money. We want to do things beyond that. For example, we want to create the lifestyle we want to live in our dream home, we want to travel, have more time freedom, we ultimately want to do something to make a difference in the world and to make our own impact and contribution. Now, I call this model idea to impact, and I've noticed that in order to make a real impact in the world, there are 5 things that need to be in place, okay? 5 things. So let's start at the end with the impact, the change that we want to make in the world in our lifetimes. Now, I've trained thousands of trainers and teachers and emerging thought leaders around the world in my online courses and digital products. And after interacting with these people, I've learned something. People who like teaching and sharing their story, they like doing more than just running a business and making money. Once they have their business and the lifestyle where they want it, they go on to big contribution projects that make an impact in the world. They actually get a positive rush and a good feeling from helping people who are disadvantaged, working on the environment, helping to figure out education, or working for world peace and other critical issues. In other words, most of us want to play a bigger game, and this is one of the things that I like most about being a teacher and a mentor to thousands and hundreds of thousands and even millions of students around the world. Now, we can only make the big impact on all these lives and on the world if we have the time and freedom to do it. Okay, you can't do it all if your time is taken by work, by chores, by errands. To make that impact, you must have your lifestyle in a place where you're living where you want to live, living how you want to live, and you have enough free time to do something big with it. If you really want to make a big impact, you must have the freedom and the lifestyle to do it. And in order to get that freedom, you must have the income. That's the bottom line. And in today's economy, for people like you and me, the way to do this is to build our own businesses. That's the way that almost all of us who've gotten to our income, lifestyle, and freedom goals have done it. Okay? Your business. This is key. You need to have a thriving business if you want the income to create the lifestyle that you want. And for that, you need a product that people will buy from you. A product that's yours. So you're not just competing on price, okay, selling what everyone else is selling. You need a product that you can sell and earn the profit on, so you can create the product and then let the product do the work for you. Okay, you need a product. So what's the best product to have and the best product to sell? What is a product that's uniquely yours, that you can sell over and over again for as long as you want? What's a product you can sell but still have? Well, here's a hint. It's when you take your big idea that we learned about in the last video and then teach it to others in your own digital product. So your idea becomes your digital product builds your online business makes you the money to fund your lifestyle, and then your lifestyle gives you the freedom that you need to then make the impact that you want to make on others and in the world. But it all starts right here with your idea and your product. And remember, if you don't build your digital product, then you can't build your online business. Okay? No digital product, no online business, and no freedom and no success and no impact. It's that simple. We have to get your digital product done. So let's learn more about how to do it. A successful online business is the new mark of success. In the past, when someone would ask me what I did, and I would say, I'm a guitar player, or I'm a real estate agent, they would say, oh. But when they ask me now and I say, I have an online business, they say, oh. All right, for me, my online businesses have meant a lot more than just money. Okay, they've really meant my lifestyle and my freedom. And this has meant freedom for a lot more people than just me.
It's something that is constantly evolving and constantly changing, whether it's going from desktop sites to now we're on mobile and learning all the different aspects. Like, it's always something to get even deeper into learning about and to understanding, and like either a new platform or a new audience. So it's like, it's always juicy and I'm always learning, which is part of the fun. And then it's always changing, which is part of the fun. So it's like getting to kind of just learn and be paid to learn a lot of the times, which is awesome.
I mean, firstly, when I started my business, it was difficult for me just to imagine that I could travel around the world, that I could make money, basically when I'm sleeping,
When I first discovered that, when it first happened, that I was getting money for a digital product that I created, I felt drunk. I mean, I felt like liberated. I felt like giddy, like a kid, because I can get rewarded financially for teaching people something that I'm passionately in love with. And when I teach it to them, I'm empowering them. That's what I call a win-win-win-win situation.
Replacing my local business income with a full-time online income was like so exciting. I couldn't even believe it for the first few months, actually.
My digital products and online businesses have completely changed my life. When I started this business, I was $30,000 in debt, I was unemployed, and really without a clue what I was going to do next. Now I'm doing something that I really love to do, and I'm helping a lot of people with it. I'm able to meet and hang out with famous people, learn from them. I'm able to raise money to help building schools, help people get clean water, and other contributions that I'm really interested and passionate about. I have the income and the security I want, and I'm able to take care of my family and the people that I love the way that I want. I get to travel as much as I want because my business isn't based anywhere. I work the hours that I want, and most of my work requires just my laptop here and an internet connection. And as you know already, I'm not the only one doing this, okay? I'm sure you have a friend, or you know of someone, or you've read about someone who works online and has an online business. That's because the tools and the resources available, right? The tools these days, they make it easy for anybody to start an online business and create their ideal lifestyle. And that's why my mission here is to get you to see what's happening online and see that it's something unique, something that's never happened before in the history of the world, and that it's possibly the biggest opportunity in history for regular people like you and me to take what we know, take our stories, take the things that we're good at, passionate about, and use them to make our own product, which becomes the foundation of our own online business, which we can run and operate from a computer anywhere, just like I do. So this is new, and it's a big deal. And if you're a person who wants to help a lot of other people and get paid for it, and you're willing to learn a handful of new skills with me, then this very easily could change your life. The same way it's changed the lives of so many of my other students around the world. Now I want to share something here, something that I was surprised by. Several years ago, when I first started teaching people how to use this model to start and build their digital products and online businesses, I believed that you could only succeed and make real money if you were in one of the big niches, things like weight loss and dating and relationships, or money and business, those kinds of big categories. I taught my students that if they didn't have one of those types of businesses, that they probably wouldn't succeed. Well, guess what has happened over the past few years? Because so many more people have gotten on the internet, billions of them, it turns out that there are people who are looking for information on every topic now. For me, my life changed when I realized that there were people around the world who were looking, right now in this moment, for what I knew. And that they were at a point where they didn't have the time to waste figuring it out for themselves. And they'd gladly pay me $20, $100, $1,000, even $10,000 or more to learn what I knew in a way that made it easy for them, and that I could do this in a digital product. So, what niches have I now seen this work in? Well, in our first video, I already mentioned things like wedding planning and poker and dating that I got started in. But I've now seen people with businesses teaching how to do art, how to teach your parrot to talk, how to play guitar, and my personal favorite topic of all time, one of my friend Jeff Walker's clients that he told me about, who teaches horse ballet, okay? Really, horse ballet. And it's a big time success, all right? More money than you'd want to hear about. Horse ballet. When I created my first digital product, I was actually in a hard place in my life. I was 31 years old, I was $30,000 in credit card debt, and I was unemployed. And I was afraid. Part of me thought, I can't create something that's actually going to work, that people are going to buy online and take me seriously. I had no college degree. I had dropped out of high school when I was 16 years old, and then I dropped out of my local community college after that. I had no reputation of any kind. No degree, no one knew who I was, I had no list, I'd never built a website, I'd never written a book, I'd never set up a shopping cart, I'd never had an email list, I'd never done any of this stuff. But I had to do something in my life, and I had to do it fast because, bills don't like to wait, and my credit cards liked to wait even less. So I took a chance, and I invested a few weeks to write my first book. It was only about 100 pages long, and what I did is I shared what I had learned about dating. Okay, of all the things that I could have written about, I wrote a book of dating. Now I mentioned that, I didn't think there was any way I was going to make this work and that people are actually going to buy it, but there was something that I didn't know at that time. I didn't realize just how many people were coming online every day looking for new knowledge, looking for new solutions. And we still don't realize today just how many people there are online. Our minds are good at imagining numbers up to maybe, 5 or 10, or maybe 50 or 100. But beyond that, we just don't understand how to think about huge numbers. Okay, so It's a real mind trip when you think about it. There are people all around the world right now who are sitting at their computers and typing in search words to find and learn what you know. So let's look at some examples here. Now I'm just on Google using their keyword tool and just getting an idea of how many people are searching on each of these topics. Here, let's look at people who are searching to learn how to play guitar. Right, look at this, 800,000 to 1 million people a month. How about something like get a girlfriend? All right, around 600,000 people per month. Dog training, 500 to 700,000 or so people per month. How about this? Let's look up vertical gardening. Okay, this is a big trend. 1 to 300,000 people per month looking for information on vertical gardening. And this is just English-speaking people in the United States. Okay, that's what I've got this set on, just English in the United States. So this means that someone is searching Google, for example, for dog training every few seconds. All right, every few seconds. Every time I say a few words here, someone searches for dog training information. And we're just looking at Google here. Okay, this is just one online channel or source. And this is one search. How many other places are people looking for information on dog training online? How many other places are they looking for guitar playing tips, or how to get a girlfriend, or information on vertical gardening? Imagine them in their lives running into a challenge or opportunity, needing to figure out what to do for a solution, and sitting at their computer and searching, typing in the words to search, and then seeing the results that come up, and then picking an option to go learn what they need to know. And you know something else too, that most of what they're going to find online is low quality, right? It's not as good as it could be, and the good stuff is hard to find. But you know it. You know something important, something deep, something really valuable. And this is why the time is now for you to create your digital product and offer it to these people, again, who are searching for you right now. If you create the product that they need, that they're looking for, then you can change their lives, and your product and your business can change yours. And as I've said, digital products are a great online business model. Okay, it's proven. My success is very consistent. This works in all kinds of niches, and I've turned it into a system now. It's flexible, right? You can work when you're most energized and creative on your own time schedule. It's very low cost, okay, to create the product and get the business going. And you can sell the product over and over without having to print any more of them because it's all digital. It's scalable. It doesn't take 10 times the work to sell 10 times the digital products. You don't need a bigger warehouse or a bigger manufacturing plant because again, it's all online. It's a download. It's mobile, right? You can do it from anywhere. I just went traveling in Europe for 3 months, right, with only my laptop, and I did just great. It's profitable. You have high profit margins and low costs relative to other business models because you don't have to pay for a lot of inventory. It's meaningful. The feeling of fulfillment and happiness you get from helping others is just great. And it's fun. You meet and make friends with amazing people, and you even can become famous yourself. All right, so how do you take your big idea and turn it into a super valuable digital product that people want to buy and that literally sells itself? So let me show you 3 different types of digital products that are easy to create and that you can start doing right away, okay? And products that I started with. My first digital product was a book, okay? A book I wrote of dating advice. I called it Double Your Dating, and I wrote it with a pen name, and it's become really well known, okay? You've probably seen or heard of Double Your Dating. Now here's the interesting part. I had never written a book before, so I took some of my notes, I made an outline, and I just sat down and wrote it, okay? I wrote everything I could think of. It took me a few weeks to kind of get all my thoughts out. This is slightly embarrassing, by the way, but when I put it online, when I put the book online for sale on my website, it had typos in it and spelling errors and punctuation problems and things. But here's the thing, I wasn't putting it online to get an A in class. I was putting it online to sell it and to build a business, okay? And you know what? Most people didn't even care. In information products, there's actually even an ugly movement. Okay, people who make their information products ugly because they think that it makes them look more real. Okay, this is a total mindset shift. If you go to write a book with a big publisher, you're looking at a year or more just to write your book, edit it, re-edit it, re-edit it, okay, and then format it and get it printed. And that's fine if that's the route that you want to go, okay? There's no problem publishing a book offline. But if you're like me and you just want to get your digital product online and start making sales, a digital book is a great way to get started. This first product also did a few other important things, okay? It freed up my time. If someone wanted to learn dating, they could go download my book and learn it that way, okay? I was no longer the product in my business as I had been in the past. My product was a digital book that went out and did the work. Now, once people started buying it and my online business started to make money, I was able to transition to doing this full time, okay, with my very first product. Once the business was paying my bills, I had the time to go to work building it. It also gave me the ability to work when I wanted and when I was most creative. Now, I'm a night person, don't know about you, and I find that my best, most creative time is when everyone else has gone to sleep. Now, some people are morning people, but I'm a night person. And this was a huge step toward the freedom that I'd always wanted in my life of being able to work when I felt most energized and creative. The sales from my book also paid for my first virtual assistant. I hired someone to work 20 hours a week, and the moment I did, boom, I had 20 hours of my own time back, okay, that were freed up instantly. Now, here are a couple of tips for creating your first digital product. Okay, first, start with an outline of 5 to 10 things that people are searching for most online. Okay, you saw me use the Google keyword tool. Make sure you create at least a short section on each of those 5 to 10 things. So why do we do this? Because then when you create your website or your video that offers your digital product for sale, you can say that it teaches those things that people are searching for, and people will buy it a lot more. Okay, I like to say, sell them what they want and then teach them what they need. So you sell them what they want to buy and then you teach them what they need to learn. And by including several of those things that people are searching for in the product, okay, and really designing your product around those things, it creates a product that sells itself. Here's another tip. Take the things people search for and ask most and create short bonus reports to give away as bonuses when you sell your product. Okay, now this really increases the perceived value of your offer. And this is all about value. So when I wrote my book, Double Your Dating, for example, I created 3 bonus reports on topics that people were interested in, and I offered them as free bonuses. And I was selling my downloadable ebook for $29.95 and then $39.95. And because I had these free bonus reports, it allowed me to sell for a lot higher prices. And then the success of my first product allowed me to go to work on my next product. So my second product was an audio course. And I basically took the ideas from my book and I expanded them and I taught more advanced material on all of the different topics. And here's the interesting thing about an audio course, or a video course for that matter. Even if you teach the same material as you in a book, it has a higher perceived value. Have you ever noticed that the audio versions of books often cost more, sometimes a lot more, than the written or printed versions? So it's often the exact same material, I mean exactly the same, just recorded in audio format. Okay? You can choose to take a book that you've written and record it as an audio book, or you can expand on your first product and create a more advanced product. Now what's really interesting about an audio product is that it's spoken and it's not written. Now, when I teach audio courses, I usually teach them from an outline, so they're very fast to create. Nowadays, when I create an audio course, and I've created a lot of them, I usually take about 1 to 2 days to prepare my outline, and then 1 day to record the course, and then bam, I have a full audio course that I can sell for a premium price. When I released this audio course that I just mentioned, right, my second product, it actually doubled my business instantly. And this allowed me to start hiring more people to build my business. I could hire people to now start doing my marketing and get more customers. I hired people to help with technology, all the things that, I didn't want to do. Now, as I've mentioned, at first, I sold 1 or 2 books here and there, okay, just getting started. But I stuck with it, and in my first year, I did $150,000 in sales. In my second year, though, I did $500,000 in sales, largely because I now had another product. Okay, one that I sold for $39.95, and then one that I sold for about $200. Okay, and then I released my third product and I kept going. Now, it was exciting because I was building what I now call the graduation model, meaning that once someone buys one of your products, they can then graduate to your higher priced products. So here are a couple of tips. First, use the outline of your first product to create your second product. And the way that you do this is you go deeper. You add more examples, you add more exercises, you add more case studies, you do more question and answer sessions. Because people who are interested in the topic, they want more depth, not necessarily more new information. They just want you to go deeper on what they already learned. The next tip is that once you create your second product, you want to offer it as what they call an upsell. So when someone buys your first product, you immediately offer the second product. Okay, it can literally double your business. Okay, when I started offering my second product, it doubled my business. And when I started offering it to people who were already buying my product, okay, I found that a high percentage of them said, sure, I'll take that other one too. It's a very powerful marketing technique. Next, I created a product that really changed the game for me. I created a product that was a subscription product. Okay, now this is very popular right now. What I did was, every month I interviewed a different dating and relationship expert. And I did these interviews by phone, right? We just recorded on both ends. And this allowed me to create a subscription product where people would subscribe for $19.95 a month. Now, not only is this a great business model, but it's also a great way to get paid to do your research, to get paid to learn about a topic that you're already interested in. It also adds a lot of value without you having to come up with new content. Other people are creating the product. And what was amazing about this new type of product in my business is that, again, it was a subscription product. When you have a business that sells a subscription, you learn about a new way to make sales and profit. It's called recurring revenue. So when you make one sale, you're not just making one sale. You're making a sale that makes many sales over and over and over. And subscriptions are a great way to offer digital products. And now it's become very popular to team up with other people in your niche and do interview-based courses and shows and subscriptions. And I love it because it's a way to actually get paid while you're learning and doing research on your own topic. And it's great as a digital product because it brings a lot of different ideas, which keeps the interest of your customers. Here are a couple of tips if you do an interview series for your digital product and you do a subscription. First, make affiliate partner deals with the people you interview. Okay, so at the end of the interview, you send all the listeners to go buy the products of the person that you're interviewing, and you give out a special link so that the person who you're interviewing, when they sell them a product, they send you some of the money and you get paid even more for doing the interviews. Okay, that helped me make even more money in my business. The next tip is to offer a free month, okay, a trial when someone buys one of your other products. Up to 50%, sometimes more of people will take it, and the recurring revenue compounds. I found that with my first product, my digital book, that when I started offering a free month of my interview series, of my monthly subscription, that about half the people that were buying my book took the interview subscription. Okay, and a lot of those people then stuck and stayed on and kept paying me month after month. Now, something interesting about my second and third products, okay, my audio course and my interview subscription, they originally took a long time for me to make and offer because they were originally on CDs. So they required special editing and preparation, and then we had to have them duplicated and printed, and we had to ship them out in the mail. But once the internet got fast enough, okay, several years ago, we took these and we turned them into high quality, all digital products that you stream and download online. And guess what? We still sell a lot of these digital products today. And again, each is like a tiny business generating revenue and profit for my business long term. And now when I create audio programs and interviews and subscriptions, it's all digital, okay? It all lives up in the cloud. I don't have to go through all those steps anymore. So you can take things that you've created before, okay, if you have any materials or teaching materials, and you can often use them in a new format now that everything is digital. Okay, things you've written before become digital PDF reports that you can give away, you can use as opt-in magnets, you can use to build your list, you can make bonuses of them. Anything you've recorded in the past of you teaching, okay, it can be an instant session in an online course or a bonus that you give out for registering. And these are just a few ways to organize a product. There are many, many more. This is really about getting your first digital product created, but once you get the hang of it, you can create seminars and video programs, you can create audio programs and teleclasses, you can do webinars, you can do one-on-one coaching, you can do online summits, you can set up masterminds, you can do memberships. Really, the possibilities for products are endless. And by the way, when you join me for my digital product blueprint course, I'll show you not only some of these other formats, but I'll give you my templates and my systems for making them quickly and in a way that has very high perceived value so you can sell them for premium prices. Some of the training courses and digital products that I sell are thousands of dollars each. And some of my higher end masterminds have been tens of thousands of dollars a person. And in the digital product blueprint course, I'll show you how this is done and how to organize your knowledge into what we call high-end premium programs. I now sell courses that are individually more money than I used to make in a year. And that's leverage. And people like you and I can only get that kind of leverage with a digital product. But the point for now is that each digital product that you create can build your business, build your income, act as its own little business. Okay, it can free up your time and attention. It can give you more freedom. Remember our diagram from the beginning. Okay, your big idea becomes your digital product, which becomes your business that makes the profit to fund your lifestyle, to give you the freedom, which allows you to contribute and make an impact in the world. We've learned how to identify our big idea in the first video. We've learned a few basic models for digital products in this video. And in our third video, we'll put it all together and you'll see how to turn your idea and your product into a thriving online business. And I'll give you my map of how all these pieces fit together. So make sure to just scroll down and leave me a comment below, and I will see you in our third video.
Okie dokie. Are you there? Oh.
Hi, it's Pagan again.
Yes,
Well,
I'm here. I had to unmute.
Sure. Okay. I'm really curious about kind of your reaction to everything today.
It's interesting because he's really talking about how you can take one idea, one packet, one idea and package it in several different ways. It's content marketing is really what it is, which is, I think, the number one way that people are marketing on the internet right now.
I agree. And I think these are great client magnets that are going to work well with digital networking in the new economy and kind of this concept that we're talking about. What did you think of the kind of mega networking concept with the chambers?
Oh, from the earlier interview? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that makes perfect sense, because I think that the days are gone where we're only doing social networking online. I think that there's a lot of trends where we're kind of going back to the way things were before. Like we're going to smaller gardening. We're going to buy local, and it's like we went too big, and now we're trying to go back to what things were like in the past. I don't think we're ever going to go back to what things were like before the new economy and online stuff was available. But I think that the new trend is going to be combining online with face-to-face and person-to-person interactions.
I think that's exactly the vision I see too. I think they need each other. Um, yeah. As you were talking, I was kind of thinking like there's this explosion of opportunities. Now it's kind of an implosion back to villages and smaller and simpler, I think, which I think would be a nice change. I mean, we have a boat in my family. I always tell this story, but to me, it's just so true. And every weekend, we had enough time to take the kids out in the boat to Lake Berryessa, and there were 20 other boats, friends of ours, and all of us and all the kids, they'd go like play Huck Finn and swing on ropes off the trees and everything, and just this amazing idyllic childhood. And then all of a sudden the internet comes along and everybody gets super busy. And then the next year there's like 5 boats. And then the year after that, there was none, I mean, it's just like, it just sort of sucked up all of our lives. I think there's another kind of hot thing right now. It's kind of fun. It was called FOMO, fear of missing out. And now the new one is JOMO, and the joy of missing out. And I think you're absolutely right. And that's kind of the way I look at it. That's why I'm very cautious about everything I do to make sure that I'm not suggesting things that are going to suck up your life and just, be time traps, because I just don't think that's real success. So that's why I try to keep things real simple, basic, few core things, do them right that really work well, and then grow those and not just try and be all things to all people.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a good solution, actually, because I think that we've been talking as a society for quite a while now about, the new generations and how they aren't interacting as much with people face to face. And so I think that this is really an elegant solution, is combining the two so that you can still stay connected with people online, but you can get that face to face element again. I think it's a really interesting solution.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good one. I think it's a good balanced one. Now, let me ask you about your timing, and only because I'm so excited about your project that, once you're ready, I think it's really going to be able to, we're really going to be able to blow it up. So how are you coming on everything? What I know you said that things are submitted. When do you think you'll get it back? Or tell me a little bit about you, because I just want to be there for you when you are ready. So I just need to, know your thoughts on when you think that might be.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for asking. I called the Department of Licensing yesterday, and there was speaking of technology issues, I thought I did submit it, but I didn't do it the right way, I guess. So they got the application, they got the payment, but they haven't been able to review the material. And the person that would evaluate it is out of town, and I can call her tomorrow. She should be back in tomorrow. It's a small department. I've been working on the website. I have to complete a copywriting piece, and for that next part to be completed, and I'm kind of stuck on the copywriting piece. So I have a process that I'm going through right now, but it's real. I don't know. Copywriting is hard work, I'm finding.
Oh, it is very hard work, extremely hard. I always say you can't write a business plan without getting a headache. I mean, it's like, that's part of it. You got to it takes so much thinking. It just, that's when you really have to drink a lot of water, because I think our brain, when we're really thinking hard, uses 40% more water. I think our brains are kind of like steam engines, we have a lot of steam. And when you run out of steam mentally, when you're trying to write, it's really hard. So just make sure that you drink a lot of water. And I think that'll really help. I really do.
That's a good idea. And my neighbor, we're cat sitting for them because they're on vacation, but she used to be the copywriter for a big Fortune 500 company. And so if I can't figure it out by the time they get back, I'm going to ask her for a favor, since I'm looking after her cat right now.
Well, I just used a copywriter to look over the copy for this website. And I found her on Fiverr, and she did a good job. $10.
Wow.
So if you want me to email you her link, I don't
Please.
know. I'd be happy to do it.
That would be amazing. Yeah, if you don't mind.
No.
That would really help me through a major hurdle. I think once we get that piece done, that's what my website developer is waiting on. And then we're going to be able to start because I can't, that's the other challenge, is that everybody wants to see my website. I can't market it until my website's up. So that's my top priority.
Okay. I will, as soon as we get done here, I will shoot that to you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep. Okay. Any other questions for me or?
Just a couple of comments. I liked Evan's statement. I've heard this before, but it was a good reminder. Sell them what they want, but teach them what they need.
Yeah.
That's relevant to the copywriting as well. When you do your copywriting, you have to understand what it is that they want. And you may be teaching them something they don't even know they need. But you can't focus necessarily on that in the copywriting because it may not resonate.
And sometimes you just cannot sell them what they need. You just got to sell them what they want to make it economic for you to really give them what they need.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then I've been hearing this as well, but it's really interesting how you can take one piece of information and repackage it in so many different ways. You can go wide or you can go narrow. And it sounds like when you go narrow, when you go deep, that's your higher level product offering, and wide is going to be your more generic product, evergreen product offering.
That makes sense. I saw at the end he was talking about audio. Did he say anything significant about audio?
Well, he was talking about the audio course as an upsell to the book, because that is exactly it. They could go deeper in the audio course than they could in the book. So, he used that as a more premium product, as a kind of one step above the book. So you talk about kind of broad themes in the book, but do you really understand how to do the thing? And, so they'll delve deeper into that.
Interesting. I'll have to watch it because I was kind of surprised that I couldn't hear it. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. Could have been, it could have been the internet, could have been Chrome, because I've done it before and I could hear them perfectly. But I'll ask Zoom what they have to say. That's the thing I love about Zoom is 24/7 support. They're just amazing. Take over your screen and help you in any way they can. I love them. They're great. Great company.
Awesome. The one last thing was the free trial. When somebody buys one of your products, offer a free trial to your subscription program. And he said he had like a 50% purchase rate from the free trial.
Interesting. Yeah. And the money back guarantee, I think, is also huge. People just like Alignable. Do you know much about Alignable, by the way?
We talked about it, I think, on our call last week, but I haven't. Before that, I hadn't heard about them.
Well, it's like a local LinkedIn, and so therefore it'd be good for you. They did a pretty costly research report with a bunch of other big companies, and what they found out was that people want a trial period. They want to be able to try a new product or service for free or very, very low cost today. And that's what they look for. And they get it, they get offered it enough because you have to be on demand, that's the path they'll take. So if somebody else is offering them a free trial or a money back guarantee or something, and you're not, they're probably going to go with the other way and at least test it. That's what I'm saying. The key is you just got to get their attention with something that clicks. And it's just, it can be real small. Like he says, just give them that free trial and they'll upgrade. Once they get confident, they like you. And once you get a human connection, that's really what it is. But you just can't get that in a snap. It just takes a little bit. That
makes perfect sense.
Well, I'm just going to keep working away here because I'm glad you feel like this is both, in our mutual best interest for both of us. And then once you get the course, you'll get connected with your chamber. And how much do you know about chambers? Have you ever belonged to before or ever had any previous experience?
I technically did belong to a chamber of commerce, but I didn't attend the meetings. I should have. The real estate firm that I worked at before was a member. But I will be joining my local chamber of commerce.
Well, if you really think about it, I mean, I know some guys that really, they're pretty amazing, I got to say. And one guy named Mike, he's a car sales guy. He doesn't own the dealership, but he is just at every event having fun. He always brings a car from the dealership, and he always, contributes some gifts like, use of a car for a weekend. He gets the dealer support, but this guy is just known as the go-to guy in the community, for a car. He's just the trusted guy. He's a family guy, and he just supports the chamber and the community, and he's known, and so he gets referrals and repeats, and he milks that chamber for everything it's worth. And he's a car salesman.
Yeah, well, you can, the world's greatest salesman was a car salesman.
If you are good at what you do and you're ethical and honest, I don't care what you do, that you got, as long as you got that, you're good.
I agree with, especially when you're dealing with something, when you deal with the individual networking, that's how people know that you're trusted and reliable. It's the easiest way for them to figure out who to work with.
Right. And that's what the chamber's going to bring for you. So that's what I want to do, is help you to bring every drop of blood out of your chamber membership. And then you'll give me feedback about things that you're, if you're struggling with anything or any ideas, and we're going to give you ideas to take to your chamber executive director or board. And they'll go, wow, Melody, she is really like this killer go-to resource, She knows all this stuff. She's always got all these ideas. And frankly, I tell you, that's one thing I'll never forget. When I was a kid, I was about, I don't know, I probably was 22, and I had just started with NBC in New York. And I was going into my boss all the time, all the bosses, and always pitching ideas for shows and stuff. Just boom, what about this? What about that? And not one of them ever got picked up. But then they came up with this show idea of their own. And then they call me and go, well, you're the creative one. You always want to do this or that. So here's the show we want you to. It was a great show. And, they chose me to do it just because they could see that I was just bringing ideas and trying all the time. So sometimes that just opens the doors,
Yeah, I agree with that. They can see that you're really thinking about it, and when you contribute ideas, you're contributing even if they don't use them.
Right, exactly. And I kept learning, what didn't they like? So every time, I got to know, I learned something and kept getting closer and closer, and turned out to be great. So long run.
Absolutely.
Well, I can't wait to, keep hearing about your progress. And I'm glad that the real estate industry is taking care of you up there okay at the moment.
Yeah, it's going good. It's been a little bit of a roller coaster as it is. I won't bore you with the details, but 10 offers that went on one property, it can be crazy here for sure, everywhere. But yes, I'm very grateful, and things are going very well.
Well, I got to say, you've got such a nice spirit to you that I think that'll always carry you through the day.
Oh, thanks. It does. It's important to stay positive. I've learned that as entrepreneurs, and especially in real estate, it can be so stressful. People rely on your positivity because it can be so stressful to buy and sell.
Well, I seriously lost my health back in the day, and that's when I really realized that you can't always control your body, but you can always pretty much, I think most people can control their spirit, their attitude, so as long as you realize that, hey, I'm in charge here. I can be positive, And as long as you can control that, then you'll always be good. So
I couldn't agree with you more. And then you enjoy yourself more too.
Yeah, exactly. With gratitude and everything. So, all right, my dear, it's time to go, and I will talk to you soon.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Always. Thanks, Melody.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.